but others are our guests who are the hosts also of this e-learning session. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our dear guests, welcome to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and welcome to this 18th International Conference on Exhibition and Digital Education Training and Skills Development. It is important to recognize that it is happening here in Tanzania, and it is for a reason. Honorable Chief Guest, before we start our program, I wish to invite a representative of our interfaith leaders that have gathered here today to give us a word of prayer as we begin our session. Karibu, Reverend Machwa. Karibu, Reverend Musa Mwacha, for a general word of prayer to kickstart our program for this morning.
Tuombe. Mungu wetu unayeishi milele, tunakushukuru kwa ajili ya nafasi ambayo umetupatia ya kuwa sehemu ya mkutano huu mkubwa na wa muhimu katika taifa letu. Tunakuomba uibariki siku ya leo, uwabariki viongozi wetu wote na wageni wetu wote ambao wamehudhuria katika mkutano huu. Uwabariki viongozi wetu wote wakuu wa nchi, akiongozwa na Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan na wasaidizi wake wote, na kipekee mgeni wetu rasmi ambaye ni Dr. Biteko, naibu waziri mkuu na waziri wa nishati, waziri wetu wa elimu, pamoja na mkuu wetu wa mkoa, pamoja na viongozi wote ambao walihudhuria katika mkutano huu. Uwape afya njema katika shughuli hii tunapokwenda kuianza na tutakapomalizia. Mkono wako uwe pamoja na sisi. Tumwagie neema yako, utukufu wako na nguvu zako zipate kuonekana. Mungu wetu unayeishi milele, wasaidie wageni wetu wote ambao waliohudhuria katika mkutano huu, wanaowakilisha mataifa mbalimbali. Uwape afya njema wakati wote watakapokuwa hapa, na wamalize shughuli zao salama na kuwarudisha salama. Ulibariki taifa letu, uibariki Afrika kwa ajili ya utukufu wako na nguvu zako. Katika jina la Yesu tumeomba. Amen.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi. Kwa heshima na taadhima nimesimama mbele yako. Naitwa Mindi Kasiga, nitakuwa mratibu wa hafla hii ya ufunguzi asubuhi hii njema ya leo. Kwa kuwa wageni wetu wengi wametoka nje ya nchi, Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, ningeomba kubadilisha lugha, kuongea lugha ya Kiingereza kwa ajili ya kwenda vizuri na hadhira hii iliyoko mbele yako. Honorable Chief Guest, together with distinguished ministers who are present here today, but hosted by your very own Minister for Education of Tanzania, and I recognize all the excellencies that are present here in this room, heads of missions, ambassadors from different countries, but most importantly, distinguished delegates who have come from 82 countries, from different countries around the world. They are present here and following this conversation in this morning. I wish to bring you greetings of our beautiful land, Tanzania. We are just in Dar es Salaam. You have not seen other parts of the Tanzania, but we wish to welcome you very well in Tanzania and to this important gathering. Honorable Chief Guest, this gathering today not only did not bring 82 countries here in Dar es Salaam, but we have also brought the entire Africa that is here, represented by either delegates or heads of education in the sector of education and e-learning sector. But also, in total, we are hosting today about 1,500 important delegates who have officially registered in this international conference. So it is an achievement, it is a landmark, and we, as Tanzanians, we are very proud of this nation. Honorable Chief Guest, there is a reason why we chose Tanzania for this gathering. Africa's future will be shaped by how it invests in its people. We are all aware that the fourth industrial revolution, the rapid growth of artificial intelligence, the climate crisis, the shifting of geopolitics, all of these dynamics, they call for new approaches to learning and human capital development. In this context, AI readiness, digital literacy, digital economy, and green skills are no longer an option, especially in the continent where a majority of its human capital is youthful. However, how can the continent harness its human and natural resources to build a more equitable and prosperous future? This is an important question that we'll be pondering in the next couple hours as we are attending this 18th International Conference. We are gathered here in Tanzania for this specific reason. A country that has bridged a more equitable, bridges deep human history from Oldupai Gorge, as we all know, the cradle of humankind, to new high-speed railway, standard gauge railway, digital innovation, and expansion of infrastructure over the last 5 years. Tanzania offers a powerful setting for us, all of us dignitaries who are gathered here today, to consider Africa's past, present, and also Africa's future, which is resilient, an era of new global orders that are shifting and the different dynamics that exist today. It is here, and it is for this reason that we chose Tanzania to set the agenda to have these discussions and conversations. And thank you, Honorable Chief Guest, for honoring this invitation and to be the chief guest in this endeavor. Without further ado, and with those remarks, I now wish to welcome Dr. Ida, who will be an expert keynote speaker on this subject matter. Before I bring her to the podium, Honorable Chief Guest, allow me to give a glimpse of who Dr. Ida is. Dr. Ida Opoku Mensah is the CEO founder of FICAD Ghana. Dr. Ida is currently the MD of Centric Digital Limited, a private company based in Ghana, which is providing innovation, practical and value-centric services and applications to promote the digital economy of the country. She is also the co-founder of the consortium of the Fourth Industrial Revolution for Africa's Development, which is FICAD. It is an initiative to promote the Fourth Industrial Revolution economy, abbreviated FIRE, focused on skills and capacity building. She has held different positions in her previous capacity, but those words are enough to set the tone of who this expert is. Please put your hands together, distinguished guests, for Dr. Ida.
Your Excellency, the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Republic of Tanzania, His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Education of the United Republic of Tanzania, ministers from African countries represented here, distinguished delegates and guests and all e-learning lovers, I want to say a very big hello and good morning to you. It gives me great pleasure to be able to give you this address. As our able and capable MC just said, e-learning and AI have become synonymous. So my job is quite easy. I will give you the overview of what all of this is about. I'm trying to... Can I use this to change? Okay. So who's doing this? It's not working. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I am just trying to get the technology right. Okay. So I'm going to very quickly give you an overview of this presentation. It is to look at the state of AI preparedness for Africa in the context of education. We're going to look at the opportunities, challenges, and strategic pathways associated with it. AI investments is very much an important issue that also has to be considered, and comparisons on whether there can be an AI-led education and what the benefits are compared to traditional opportunities. But let me quickly go through what artificial intelligence is about. A lot of us are hearing AI within the last 10 years, but in fact, the whole advent of AI started in the 1950s. And this is what you get when you investigate and you have researchers and you have innovators addressing a particular problem. And in the 50s, what they wanted to understand is that if you transplanted the human intelligence to a machine, what would happen? And that basically was the question that was being asked. That machine learning from human intelligence is something that is possible. And hence, what we have today is artificial intelligence. And really is looking at the way human beings can transplant their intelligence to that of machines and get machines to be able to solve problems even better than human beings. So the artificial intelligence is really the simulation of human intelligence by machines. And it's been ongoing since the 50s. And it's only now, after investments, after research, that AI is actualizing its full potential in the world, in what we see. So this is the history of AI. It started, as I said, it started in the 50s, and now we're in 2025. So you can actually see whoever's changing this, can you be consistent? This isn't working. It's not working. Yeah. He keeps putting, it's not working. Okay, I'm going to have to do it from my computer. This is a madness. Okay, apologies. I will have to do the PowerPoint from my computer. I was just showing you the trajectory of AI, where it started from since the 1950s to now, and we now see the full potential. The other thing is that right now we see the potential and potency of AI, and we see that it has become a crucial part of our daily lives today, and it assists in every aspect of our lives. And this is the culmination of this. The promise of AI in education, of course, is personalized learning, intelligence, tutoring systems, automated assessment, predictive and analytics for early interventions, and there are many examples of that from our African countries as to what's going on. Why is AI a pivotal and critical issue for Africa? Well, 60% of our population are under 25. We have gaps and even access, teacher shortages. Sorry?
If you say next to it, they can follow where you are.
I don't understand what you're saying.
You tell them the idea so that they can go and see
Africa's
things.
unique context. Yeah. Okay, we have uneven access in the context of Africa. We have teacher shortages, we have infrastructure gaps, but then we have access to growth, mobile growth. More students can now access AI-driven platforms. And as we went with the Deputy Prime Minister, there was a lot of exhibition from Tanzanian exhibitors who were showing and showcasing what is possible in e-learning and looking at apps that that are supporting education. Again, in the African context, we have the Africa Union AI strategy, and this is going to be the blueprint for African countries to be able to follow. The AU AI strategy is in 4 themes: integration of AI into education, build human capacity, promote digital skills development, encourage research and innovation. And this strategy is to serve as a guide for AU member states to be able to come up with national AI strategies. By way of infrastructure, infrastructure and educational readiness in the continent, 53% of schools now meet minimum connectivity server requirements to use AI tools. Only 25% of institutions have fully integrated AI in their curricula, and 40% of educators have received foundational AI training, underscoring gaps in human capacity. In terms of regional readiness, North Africa is an early mover with established AI policies, and this will be reflected as well in even the terms of investments in sub-regions of Africa. We have the fast rising frontier AI adopters, the FRTAs, in West and Central regions. We have Southern Africa, which has strong infrastructure, but then variable policy frameworks from country to country. The estimated cost of rolling out AI in education looks like this. You see the chart. West Africa leads with the highest annual investment of $24.9 billion per year. And this is due to high population and high numbers of school-aged children. East Africa needs 21.8, with countries like Kenya, Ethiopia, and Uganda scaling rapidly in digital education. Central Africa region requires 14 billion per year, and due to infrastructure needs and wide geographical dispersion. North Africa has the lowest projected cost of 9.3 billion due to fewer countries and more centralized infrastructure. So the total annual bill across Africa for integrating AI into education comes to 84 billion a year. A strategic investment for the future and to future-proof learning, create equity, and fuel a competitive AI skills generation. As many have said, this is a choice that Africa will have to make sooner than later. The country highlights are that Kenya and Nigeria lead with national AI in education strategies and pilot programs. South Africa is home to major AI institutions driving curriculum development. Senegal and Egypt are notable for public-private partnerships delivering localized AI applications. Some examples I want to share is the M-Shule, which is an AI-powered SMS learning platform. Ubongo in Tanzania, which is edutainment with data-driven insights. And then you have the South Africa AI Institutes that research into education policy. So we have a lot happening. It's very dispersed. And as I continue, there are strategic pillars for AI readiness. The pillars are 6: policy and governance, capacity building, which is teacher training, curriculum reform, infrastructure investment, public-private partnerships, research and local innovations, and data. These form the pillars of AI, the foundation for building an AI framework. But let me focus a bit now on the role of data in AI readiness. We know that the data is the foundation for AI, and it's not just any data, but it's the quality, the access, the volume. Africa, unfortunately, holds less than 1% global data capacity, even if we are 15% of global population. Data infrastructure investment is critical, and consideration for data governance framework is also something that we have to grapple with. There are open data initiatives to promote innovation and stimulate local AI solutions. Modernization of national data systems is also going to be imperative. And some will say, do we actually need AI? And if we do, what are the costs? Initially, AI is going to be expensive, but over time, it's going to even out, and we're going to see that it's actually the benefits that occurs are going to be stronger than traditional education. So Africa can do without AI in the narrow sense of keeping legacy methods alive, but in a rapidly digitizing world, choosing to forgo AI means a whole lot of things that will cost the continent. And the pros and cons of AI are very clear, as this chart shows. The opportunities and challenges are critical. In terms of investment, I would like to look at compare Africa as a whole to China. Now, China, since 2017, outpaces Africa by at least 20 to 40 times in AI funding. And this is because the government realized the strategic importance of AI and has pumped a lot of money into AI. And this is important because one of the things that is critical to China right now is the electric vehicle manufacturing industry. And that depends heavily on AI. So if you look at this map, you see where Africa is, which is the green, and you see where China is. And this is targeted. China's investment in AI has been to stimulate and promote certain industries, particularly the EV industry. So a quick look at the top countries that are lagging behind by way of AI readiness. The map is there. I don't want to call out any names, but you can see the top countries that need to do a lot more in terms of getting themselves ready for the integration of AI into education. The countries the top 10 African countries that are most ready, again, is here. You can see in the blue, you can see that the topmost country is Seychelles, followed by Mauritius. Then you have South Africa, you have Tunisia, Rwanda, Cape Verde, Morocco, Ghana, Namibia, and Botswana. Now, the reason why Egypt, which is also one of the top performers in AI, is because Egypt, under this AI readiness report, was put under the Middle Eastern countries, where it's one of the top performers there. So the future of AI in Africa, what I would like to propose is that we should look into integrating AI into schools in Africa through a vision and policy framework, which is to establish a national vision for AI, develop policies, align curricula with AI skills. We should look at infrastructure and investment. We should look at skills and capacity building. And then finally, we should look at adoption and assessment. And this is the known as the visa roadmap for AI. Of course, in terms of call to action, you have governments, educators, innovators, and everybody else. So to conclude, let me look at 4 ideals. The first is that Africa needs to leapfrog with purpose. The future is not something we wait for, it is something we build. We also need to look at our potential, from potential to power. Our continent is rich with talent, innovation, and vision. It can transform its classrooms into hubs of creativity and problem solving, and it can unlock the power of every learner, no matter where they live. We have to chart our own path. Our AI journey in education must be uniquely African, shaped by our languages, values, and priorities. We must not import blueprints, but co-create a future where technology uplifts, empowers, and educates our children. Education reimagined is the 4th aspiration. This is our moment to reimagine education, not just digitize it. With AI, we can break down barriers, personalize learning, and prepare the next generation for a world yet to be invented. The future of African education starts now, and it starts with us. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause for Dr. Adu. It is indeed the moment for all of us in this room including our chief guest, who has been taking a lot of notes from our expert in terms of what can we do. We have already determined that to ignore these kind of technological advancements would not be ideal in our continent, because we have a youthful population, but also we have innovation. We are built to innovate things, so this is the moment. You gave us key takeaways: leapfrog with a purpose, but from potential to power, charting our own path. I think is very, very important, and to reimagine education, which is what we are doing today. Chief guest and Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, we are here to also listen to what Tanzania can do or has done in this important topic. To give us a report from the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, I wish to welcome Honorable Professor Adolf Mkenda on the stage. As he comes into the stage, chief guest, together with all the delegates who have not heard or have not had an opportunity to meet with Professor Mkenda, I wish to extend a courtesy of reading a few notes from his bio. He is currently serving as the Minister for Education, Science and Technology in the United Republic of Tanzania. He is responsible for overseeing the entire Tanzanian education sector from primary level to university level, as well as promoting the advancement of science, technology, and innovation across the country, including the e-learning and including the AI. Before his current position, Honorable Mkenda has held a portfolio as the Minister of Agriculture. He holds a PhD in economics from the University of Gothenburg in Sweden, and was previously an associate professor of economics at the University of Dar es Salaam. The list will go on and on and on, but it gives me a great pleasure and honor to invite Honorable Professor Mkenda to deliver remarks by the Ministry of Education. Karibu Mheshimiwa.
Thank you very much. Honorable Dr. Doto Mashaka Biteko, our Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Energy, Excellencies, members of Diplomatic Corps, Honorable ministers from various countries, our champions, Rebecca and Ida, Honorable Chief Guest, we thank you for honoring our conference with your presence. Karibu sana. And I want to thank all the ministers also who honored our invitation and join us in this very important conference. Thank you very much. And all high officials, participants, and experts who join us for this 3 days conference. The central objective of eLearning Africa is to promote the use of digital technologies to broaden access to quality education and training. This platform brings together policymakers, educators, innovators, industrialists, and development partners to share knowledge, showcase best practices, and foster collaboration in accelerating digital transformation in education across Africa. Dear guest of honor, I am pleased to inform you that the conference officially began yesterday, May 7th, with over 1,300 participants, including a strong and inspiring African presence. Notably, about 20 ministers took part in a ministerial roundtable discussion yesterday, where we exchanged forward-looking ideas on the future of education and digital transformation. Simultaneously, participants engaged in vibrant discussions and bilateral meetings focused on the theme Reimagining Education and Human Capital Development for Africa's Future Prosperity. These exchanges reflect a collective commitment to addressing shared challenges and opportunities through inclusive and adaptive education approaches. The conference also features dynamic exhibitions, including innovations from 16 Tanzanian edtech startups. Their solutions, ranging from adaptive learning platforms and virtual labs to AI-driven tutoring systems, highlighting the transformative role of technology in improving teaching and learning outcomes. Tanzania has long recognized education as a cornerstone of development and inclusion. Today, we reaffirm that commitment in the digital era by leveraging technology to expand access, improve quality, and equip our people for 21st century opportunities. A key milestone is the updated 2014 National Education and Training Policy, version 2023, which prioritized digital integration in teaching and learning. This is complemented by the National Digital Education Strategy and implementation guidelines, including those on the use of AI in education. Alongside policy reforms, we're investing in fundamental capacities through public-private partnerships. We are empowering teachers, school leaders, and trainers to integrate technology in learning while exploring the use of AI, mobile learning, and data systems to personalize instructions and inform policymaking. Dear guest of honor, as we prepare to conclude this 18th edition of eLearning Africa tomorrow, we are confident it will leave us with valuable lessons, actionable strategies, and strengthened networks. Most importantly, we believe these collective efforts will help drive inclusive, equitable, and sustainable socioeconomic development across Africa. With these brief remarks, it is now my distinct honor All right, so I think there will be some entertainment before we welcome you to give your address. Your Excellency, I can only say thank you, shukran, obrigado, merci beaucoup for your attention. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. Another round of applause for Minister for Education, Science and Technology from the United Republic of Tanzania, who has given us a glimpse of what these 3 days will culminate into when it comes to e-learning and adaptation of all these technologies, an important topic for us as Africans. Honorable Chief Guest, we had to shift the program a little bit so you can get an opportunity as well to listen to an entertainment program pre-combined by our two groups, one of children group about education in Tanzania, but another group from Mjomba Band with Imrisho Mpoto. They have all prepared a special piece of entertainment that will exemplify what, as Tanzanians, what importance we attach to this significant event of today. Without further ado, I wish now to bring Jerusalem Primary School for their piece of entertainment on education today. Karibuni watoto. Watoto hawa wanasoma shule ya msingi ya Jerusalem hapa Tanzania na wameandaa onyesho fupi kwa ajili ya tamasha hili la leo kwa ajili yetu. Karibuni watoto.
eLEARNING Africa.
eLEARNING Africa.
2025. Reimagining education. Human capital.
In human capital development for Africa's future prosperity. eLEARNING Africa.
eLEARNING Africa.
eLEARNING Africa.
2025. Reimagining education.
In human capital. In human capital development for Africa's future prosperity. eLEARNING Africa.
Africans need to wake up.
Wake up,
And get a move to the right use of technology.
e-learning shall facilitate the giving of our education and empower the learner to meet the goals. Africans need to wake up, and get a move to the right use of technology. E-learning shall facilitate the giving of our education and empower the learners to meet the goal.
eLearning Africa.
eLearning Africa.
2025. Reimagining education.
In human capital development for Africa's future prosperity. eLearning Africa.
eLearning Africa.
eLearning Africa.
2025. Reimagining education.
In human capital development for Africa's future prosperity. eLearning Africa.
Wake up, Africa!
Wake up, Africa. Wake up, Africa. Wake up, Africa. Wake up, Africa. Wake up, Africa.
Next is Mjomba Band, but also Mrisho Mpoto will give us a short but brilliant piece of entertainment, just the way Jerusalem Primary School children have given us. Really, this is to prepare us for what the deliberations are about to take place, about why is it important to invest in education and invest in education and technology for the future of Africa. As they are going out, Mrisho Mpoto, please, I welcome now your entertainment piece.
Welcome to Tanzania, the land of Kilimanjaro, Serengeti, Ngorongoro, and Manyara. Wakati tunaendelea kutafakari kuhusiana na mustakabali wa elimu ya Tanzania katika sayansi na teknolojia, tunawakaribisha wageni wetu katika ardhi ya Tanzania. Ardhi ya Tanzania, tumejipanga katika teknoloji, tumejipanga katika sayansi, na tumejipanga katika elimu. Tumebadilisha mitaala na sera ya elimu katika nchi yetu ya Tanzania. Leo hii unaweza ukaona vijana wetu, watoto wetu, ambapo wamekwenda kwenye amali, watakapofika kidato cha 4 wataweza kufanya uchaguzi, aende kwenye amali kama tulivyoona, ama aende kwenye elimu ya jumla. Lakini pia unaweza ukaona serikali yetu ya Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania ilivyojipanga. Ukienda pale Dodoma kwenye kituo cha utafiti, unaweza ukaona walivyotengeneza teknolojia inayoweza kutambua gesi, matumizi ya gesi katika nyumba yako. Lakini Tanzania inaundwa na makabila 120. Wote tunaongea lugha moja ya Kiswahili kama lugha kuu na msingi wa taifa letu. Tunasema titi la mama ni tamu hata likiwa la mbwa, Kiswahili na azimu sifayo iliyofumbwa. Kwa wasio kufahamu ni imbe ilivyokubwa, toka kama chemchemu furika palipozibwa, toka kama mridhamu juko wingi furika mfano wa Zamzamu yenye rutuba maka wa mweche na muhimu kwa wasio kutamka. Hata wafanye ama pajani kwa kuweka lugha yangu ya utoto, hata leo nimekuwa tangu ulimi mzito sasa kusema najua. Mfano neno jambo, mkato hauna jambo, jibu lake si jambo, tafsiri sina jambo. Ukitazama ili pambo lizidishwavyo urembo, kuuliza na mambo kwa usemi wenye umbo. Kiswahili kina sifa kwa nao na maana, kimeyafanya mataifa mengi kusikilizana, kinapotoa taarifa wengi tunakuwa bayana. Msingi wa Tanzania ni utamaduni. Msingi wa Tanzania ni lugha. Msingi wa Tanzania ni chakula. Ngazi yoyote, uwe mheshimiwa rais, uwe waziri, utamaduni ndio msingi. Na hapa tunataka tuwaonyeshe asili ya utamaduni. Kwa heshima na taazima, kaka yangu Mheshimiwa Naibu Waziri Mkuu na Waziri wa Nishati, ni kuombe na wageni wako watatu mtunze tempo ya mziki wa Kitanzania. Naomba ngoma tatu. Lete ngoma moja. Yelele Afrika. Acha panga. Hakuna matata Afrika. Kakangu Biteko, nakuomba. Mheshimiwa Waziri, nakuomba karibisha wageni wako watunze tempo ya mziki. Hii ni Afrika. eLEARNING Africa 2025. Thank you. Now, Toto. Hakuna matata Afrika. Welcome to Tanzania, the land of Kilimanjaro. Na huu ndio mnara maalum. Welcome to Africa, welcome to Tanzania, eLEARNING Africa 2025.
That was refreshing. Now it's my distinguished honor and pleasure to welcome our chief guest to deliver his speech. Karibu sana Mheshimiwa.
Kindly take your seats, please. Honorable Professor Adolf Mkenda, the Minister of Education and Science and Technology from the United Republic of Tanzania. Honorable Ministers here present, my two sisters, Dr. Ida Mensa and Dada Rebecca Stromeyer. I requested Dada Rebecca to allow me, if I mispronounce her name properly, she bear with me. The CEO and founder of eLearning Africa, distinguished guests, esteemed delegates, participants, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Mine is very easy. It's just to officiate this conference on behalf of Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan. But before I do that, allow me first and foremost, I thank the Almighty God for His unwavering mercy and blessings, which has brought us here together safely and in good health from different parts of the world. It is through this grace that we are able to gather here today for the 18th eLearning Africa Conference. Before I proceed, Honorable Ministers, allow me to transmit greetings from Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, who was the guest of honor today, but due to some other pressing matters, she couldn't make it, and she has therefore directed me to join you here today on her behalf. On behalf of Her Excellency the President, it is both an honor and pleasure to welcome you to the beautiful country of Tanzania. We are truly privileged to host this esteemed gathering, bringing together a diverse community of stakeholders committed to advancing digital technology in education and beyond. This conference is a testament to your collective dedication to leveraging digital solutions to transform education across Africa, make it more accessible, inclusive, and impactful for the generations to come. Honorable Ministers, I also want to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt appreciations to each and every one of you who have taken time from your busy schedule to attend this event and make it possible. Your presence here is a reflection of commitment to education, innovation, and Africa digital transformation. I just want to assure you that you will leave this conference equipped with the new insight, fresh perspectives, and meaningful connection that will drive impactful changes in your respective fields and communities. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to eLearning Africa, the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology of the United Republic of Tanzania, and the organizing committee for their tireless effort in making this gathering possible. A special thanks to our esteemed sponsors for the unwavering support that has made this conference a fruitful conference. Honorable Ministers, this year conference theme, as has been stated, it emphasizes the urgent need of transformation in education and equip individuals with the skills necessary for success in a rapid, evolving world which we are living in. Education is the cornerstone of economic growth, social progress, and Africa competitiveness on the global stage. This vision aligns with the several key frameworks which are in place in Africa, including the Africa Union Agenda, the 2063, which focuses on building skilled citizenry through education and technology investment, the Continental Education Strategy for Africa of 2016 to 2025, and SDG 4, which advocates for equitable education, are the frameworks which are in place that align with the eLearning Africa. This effort, ladies and gentlemen, aim at ensuring Africa's future prosperity and prioritizing education as a key enabler of human capital development. Honorable Ministers, to ensure Africa's future, we rethink how we educate and develop human capital, ensuring that every learner, regardless of background, has access to high-quality education that prepares him or her for the future. Reimagining education goes beyond merely integrating technology. It is about fostering innovation, nurturing talents, and creating inclusive opportunities. By investing in skills development, we can build a resilient workforce, drive economic transformation, and position Africa as a global leader, not just in consuming, but in generating digital solutions that meet both local and global needs. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa must continue strengthening its enabling environment for local startups by creating supportive policies that nurture innovation and entrepreneurship. A crucial step is promoting intra-continental markets for transferable technologies, enabling Africa action to optimize resources, reduce time lags, and accelerate digital transformation. I had an honor to visit some booths where the startups were demonstrating what they are doing. It is really commendable, and I thank you, Honorable Minister, for bringing this startup so that they also see where the world is directing, and I thank you so much for organizing this. This will foster cross-border partnership, encourage the sharing of skilled human resources, strengthen research, innovation, and commercialization of infrastructures. It's also essential to retain skilled professionals within Africa and engage the Africa diaspora to contribute to the continent's growth. Honorable Minister, for Africa's digital transformation to succeed, we must begin cultivating the skilled workforce from the earliest age. Tanzania revised the national education policy of 2023 is a notable example, emphasizing skills development from primary education. This policy also promotes the use of digital technology to address teachers' shortages, expand access to education, and improve quality of learning. This forward-thinking approach prepares students for the future, equips educators with tools necessary for effective teaching and learning in a digital stage. I encourage all of you to use this conference as an opportunity to share best practices, explore strategies for scaling such initiatives across our nations. As a nation, Tanzania is committed in leading digital transformation across Africa. Our National Development Vision 2050 recognizes digital transformation as a key driver for economic growth, social development, and global competitiveness. To achieve this, ladies and gentlemen, Tanzania has developed several frameworks, including the Tanzania National ICT Policy for Digital Inclusion and Digital Economic Strategy Framework 2024 through 2034. Additionally, the National Digital Education Strategy and the Digital Tanzania Program aim to expand digital infrastructure services, ensuring that essential technologies, devices, connectivities, and e-learning resources reach every corner of the country. We hope that our country will leverage their resources, will leverage our resources to support digital transformation as well. Honorable Ministers, during this conference, I encourage all of you to engage in meaningful discussions, dynamic dialogues, productive networking, insightful exhibitions that will lead to tangible outcomes. Let this conference serve as a platform to develop concrete strategies and partnership that will drive successful digital transformation initiatives. As we move forward, it's vital that we take stock of our progress, celebrate milestones, and refine our approaches to maximize impact. Tanzania remains committed to advancing digital transformation in education, and we're eager to collaborate with the government, development partners, and private sector, academias, to make e-learning accessible, affordable, and effective for all. Honorable Ministers, as I conclude, I would like to remind you that Tanzania is renowned for its warm hospitality. I encourage you all to take time to explore our beautiful country, from the stunning beaches of Zanzibar to the majestic mountain Kilimanjaro, a world-famous Serengeti National Park. Tanzania offers a unique blend of culture, adventures, and natural beauty. Kindly take time to explore. I invite you to experience all this as has been captured in the Tanzania royal film, which demonstrate every beauty of our country which is in place. Honorable Minister, on behalf of our President, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, with these remarks, I now have a great honor and pleasure to declare the 18th eLearning Africa Conference officially opened, and I thank you for your kind attention. Asanteni sana.
Another round of applause for those remarks by the chief guest, who is actually representing Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania. We thank you so much for your opening remarks, which will guide our discussions in the next 1 day and a half that is remaining on this very important topic of e-learning in Africa. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished delegates, we have come to an end of this morning program with his remarks to officially open our discussion. Dear members and guests will be able to deliberate, discuss, and come up with better solutions for where we need to be in order to leapfrog into this future that we are reimagining of learning and unlearning or relearning into this beautiful technological advancement. According to our program, honorable guests, after your remarks, it is time to greet all those who are here. I think you are flagged together with the ministers from different countries, Minister of Education, as we are ushering you outside the main auditorium for your to continue with other activities, and let the delegates begin to congregate and deliberate on these important matters. Once again, we thank you so much for officiating our event. Let's put our hands together and thank once again His Excellency Dr. Biteko for his remarks. Please be seated. As we are about to unveil now the gist of the matters, may I call upon somebody from the Ministry of Education to give the next program, but also I wish to welcome Mjomba Band to give us a short intermittent entertainment as we gather our next program. Mjomba Band, if you can give us that education song, it was very, very beautiful, that we can transition to the next program. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ben. Now it's going to be bilateral meetings. All those delegates who have badges according to color code, please see your ushers and liaison members to show you on where your bilateral meetings will take place. I wish you fruitful deliberations. Asanteni.